This is the next episode of my XR Weekly News. We are in week 32, 2026. And yeah, like this week the weather was like, it changed it all the time. It was a lot of rain and not so hot. But last week this was a disaster here. It was 33 degrees and then a thunderstorm and whatever. It's crazy. Yeah. Before I forget that, guys, next week I will be in the States. Yes, I will be in Minneapolis at the Flight Expo, VR Flight Expo. And perhaps you are there. I don't know. I know many people from the States are watching. So perhaps you are in Minneapolis and you want to visit me there or see me there. Just let me know. And yeah, so likely I will not be able to do the weekly news next week. Perhaps I can do it from the hotel or so. I'm not sure. I cannot promise. It's very, very likely that I cannot show the weekly news next week. However, guys, I hope you enjoy the week and let's see what's news about XR hardware, games, releases and sales. Let's have some fun with the weekly news and let's go.
VoodooDE.
So it looks like MetaQuest 3 is not only used on Earth, but also in space. So they will bring 2 MetaQuest 3s to the International Space Station. That's absolutely amazing. And that means the astronauts will train the missions that they have outside the International Space Station. They climb outside and do some things, and they train that inside the space station with MetaQuest 3 headsets. This is insane, right? So yeah, we know Meta is abandoning the Quest gaming a little bit, but they still do things with Quest 3 and not only gaming, as you can see. But like on Earth, you use the magnetic field of Earth for the tracking of the headset, for orientation. But in space, the Quest 3 cannot do that. So they had to modify MetaQuest 3 to use it in space. So this is really interesting. I would really love to see what they train and how that works. But yeah, Meta is still doing things and that's really good. And now, unfortunately, bad news. So the next social platform is closed. This time it's Spatial. So this is, I would say it's a hub where on VR, on mobile and web, where users could create content, 3D content and so, and then you could use it for hanging around and so on. And they will close this platform in July, which is really bad. It's just the next project that's ended. We just saw Rec Room, yeah, that was closed. That's really, really bad. Not because not enough people were there, but the reason was just the revenue. They didn't get money from that, so they had to close it down. And this is really unfortunate. I'm really sorry that I have to tell you all this bad news every week, but yeah, these times are not really good. We have to be honest here. And we have some new streaming platforms for the Apple Vision Pro. So the first one that I can show you is KRVR. This is another product for streaming content from PCVR to the Apple Vision Pro. It costs $15 and you will install it on the Apple Vision Pro. And then you can stream your PCVR games to the Apple Vision Pro, and it even supports foveated streaming, what the Steam frame will also be able to do. And that's really great. So you can play all the Steam VR games. And now they also have official support streaming apps for X-Plane and iRacing for PCVR and Apple Vision Pro. This is really cool. And you don't even need the controllers. The Apple Vision Pro doesn't have controllers. So you can just use your HOTAS or racing wheel to play your PCVR games, X-Plane and iRacing on the Apple Vision Pro. So as you can see in the last weeks and months, the PCVR things, the high-end stuff is really raising right now, which is good, yeah, of course. And I can tell you, the PCVR gaming looks absolutely fantastic on the Apple Vision Pro. You should definitely try it if you have a chance to try it out, or if you have the Apple Vision Pro at home, try it out. It looks really good. And also Valve delivering things again. They are not only busy with the Steam frame, but now they brought out Vision OS app for the Apple Vision Pro with 4K 120 frames per second support. So you will install that Steam Link app on your Apple Vision Pro, and then you can play. Very important, it's not for Steam VR, it's just for the flat games. Because, yeah, perhaps Valve says, yeah, okay, we don't have controllers right now. I mean, you can use the PlayStation VR 2 controllers, but still they say, yeah, perhaps you want to sit down and use a gamepad and then play your flat games on a huge screen in 4K 120 frames per second and on the really nice display of the Apple Vision Pro. And if you want to do it, just download the Steam Link app and then you can do that. That's really, really nice. So sometimes things happen that I don't really understand. For example, this one here. So the most downloaded game for PlayStation VR 2 in May was I Am Cat. And this is just a casual game. You are a cat and do cat things. Yeah, smashing things and putting things out of the shelf on the ground, and you know. And no, it's not a free game. It's $15. So I wonder, why do the people play those kind of casual games instead of, yeah, I don't know, Metro Awakening, AAA productions, whatever? Can you explain that to me? And do you also prefer playing those games over AAA productions? This is gonna be interesting. Please write it in the comments. I want to understand that. Guys, look at this. This is insane. So this is the Quest 3 here, as you can see, and this here is a face gasket with a neural facial interface. That means they measure your brain action to control things in VR. And that's really cool. But it's not new. I showed that years before with the HTC Vive. I could do fireballs with my mind. Perhaps you've seen that video. It's crazy. And now they want to do it again for Meta Quest. So there's a Kickstarter campaign. It's not started yet. It says launching soon. I have no idea when it starts. And they will also integrate that into different games. For example, in avatar expressions in VR chat. That means you do some facial expressions and it measures that and can put that into actions in VR chat. Really, really crazy. Unfortunately, we don't have an idea what it will cost on a Kickstarter campaign. And also be careful, because Kickstarter has always the potential that your money is gone. So be careful, but this is something I really want to try. Yeah, weekly survey. Last week I asked you, do you still use your VR headset in hot weather? And crazy, the result is 66% of the people on this channel still use the headset in hot weather. But guys, there is one thing we have to keep in mind. So the people here just watching are, I think, 90% or even 80% from the United States. And there, it's absolutely standard to have an air conditioner in your house. So people there don't care about the weather outside. They have just a cool house with the air conditioner. But guys, where I live in Germany, it's absolutely not standard to have an air conditioner at home. It's getting more, but still, like, most houses don't have that. So the results on my German channel are a little bit different. Still, 43% play as always, but 33% rarely play VR. And that's crazy, right? So it also depends on the air conditioner and so on. Really cool. You also wrote a lot of stuff. Yeah, you said that with AC. Really crazy. And in Germany, it's just not common. Yeah, and this week I want to know what we talked about, the avatar, a facial expression with this neural facial interface and so on. I want to know how important is your digital twin, the avatar, in social VR, or for example, in the system menus, for example, of MetaQuest or so. Is it very important? Is it so important that you spend hours in the design of your avatar that it looks exactly like you? Or do you say, yeah, it should at least look somewhat like me, and you spend some minutes or so? Or you say, I don't care, I usually don't see myself anyway? Or do you say that you prefer completely different avatars, like a bear or an alien or something like that? This is gonna be interesting. For example, it's in VR chat or so, or the MetaQuest avatar, and you can use create that in the system menu and so on. Please participate. The link to the survey is, as always, in the description and in the first pinned comment. This is going to be interesting. And let's check out the releases. There's nothing on MetaQuest platform that I saw it's released, but on Steam we have LA Dodge. This is a platform arcade runner. And then we have Fishing Party. It says party, but it's single player. So it's a fishing game, of course. And then we have Tattoo Removal Simulator. Why on earth should we do that? But yeah. And then Outblast. This is a arcade shooter. And yeah, on PlayStation VR 2, I want to mention I Am Cat because like this is so hyped there. It's the most downloaded game, so perhaps you're interested in that. Yeah, and these were the most important releases this week. Yeah, and the sales, guys, there's really nothing special this week. It's always the same. And on MetaQuest, I didn't find a sale. And on Steam, it's always the same, like Last Clockwinder, Paper Beast, Mask Maker. Yeah, and on the PlayStation VR 2, we have, like Resident Evil and all the Hubers, always the same sales, like since months and years. So it doesn't make sense to mention that all the time. I don't even know why they just don't reduce the price to a standard price. But there is no new sale really this week. So guys, participate in the survey, and next week likely there will be no weekly news because I'm the United States, yeah. But perhaps we will see. But likely there will be the next weekly news in 2 weeks. We will see. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
VoodooDE